What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on these topics. And the first thing I want to talk about is this pettiness that's going down between 50 and Papoose. So this one came out of left field for me, but hey, it is what it is. We know that 50 is a glorified troll, and that's what he did on yesterday. He posted a AI video mocking Clarissa and Papoose's relationship, and then it was up from there because Papoose responded back. Now, I'm trying to figure out where does this all stem from, and the only thing I see or came up with is that there was an issue between Remy and Clarissa back in December of 2024, where Remy exposed some text messages that were allegedly between Clarissa and Papoose and things like that. And Papoose had said that Remy Ma had cheated on him several times, and basically Clarissa came out and offered to fight Remy. And that's when 50 intervened and said, I don't think you want to fight her. She would get the blicky, champ. Now, we all know where 50 was coming from when he said that to Clarissa, because we're all privy to the fact that Remy Ma put a couple of slugs in her best friend at the time for stealing, I believe, 2 G's. And Remy ended up pulling some time behind that, right? But still, I don't understand where this comes from. Now, before I play you guys the video that 50 posted yesterday, I would like to go ahead and get the caption out of the way. And it reads, now you see, that's you can't just go around putting your hands on people, LOL, Happy New Year. Check out the video and I'll be back.
You, don't you felt everything I did? I did for you. I did it because I love you. Don't you felt the same way about me?
Me? Love you? You have to be crazy. I use you. You're a toy, bitch. A freak. You get your big country greasy ass back to the country where you belong.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Get this.
All right, so everybody was kikiing about that shit. It had everybody's stomach in knots, right? And so Papoose decided to respond. Now, his response was funny too. I mean, I didn't expect him to go there, but he did. So what I'm gonna do right now is get out your way and play that clip. Papoose cutting up, y'all. Papoose cutting up on that one. Now the caption read, no, stop deflecting, Curtis. The world is still waiting for your response to Fab and them. You from Southside, do something, fight or flight. Holla if you need a ghostwriter, champ. I mean chump. Now 50 responded and he posted that video that Pap posted on his Instagram, and the caption read, look at what Pap posted, ha ha ha. That looked like one of his joints. All his hoes handsome. They tougher than him, LOL. So in the wee hours in the morning, it appears that 50 had time and he posted a TikTok of somebody actually mocking Papoose. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out for you and then I'll be back.
50, yeah. You see what this dirty just posted? I know. And then the blocked me because I said 50 gonna bomb you. Yeah. I'm gonna let the people know, because they look crazy. Look at him. Must be stressed out. I think it's knocked them out for New Year's. Woke up and wasn't thinking. Alright, bro. I'm gonna let them know. Alright. What you about to drop an album or something? Flop, I don't know what's going on. What the is going on up there? You look crazy. My son 50 say he not scared of you, Dusty. You's a Dusty. Your career ain't never go nowhere. He don't respond to females that wear the pants. He told me he don't respond to females that wear the pants. You the Clarissa, you heard? I'm sorry, that's how it is. We don't rock with you. Stressed out over there? You need some attention? But we gonna give it to you. Got more to be worried about, like that hairline. You need just for men. You need to go to Colombia and get the hair extensions. Let them poke your head a little bit more. Pause.
All right, so you guys just saw that. Now, I didn't find that to be particularly funny, but a lot of people found it to be hilarious, right? Now, the caption read to that That's the fifth little NY Ninja this week. So I guess he's alluding to his beef with Mano, Fabulous, and Jim Jones. They said something about the documentary. They ultimately felt like it was a corny move, and it put New York in a bad light as far as the streets are concerned. Now, I believe Fabulous actually jumped in a booth about 4 or 5 days ago and went in, and he mentioned 50 or whatever. So it's something going on there. 50 has not retaliated and gotten the booth to basically diss them back yet. But anyway, Papoose did respond to what I just played you all. And so what I'm going to do right here is play it for you, and then I'll be back. Now, the caption to that video that Papoose posted, it says, "Why everybody keep comparing 50 to a B? Is it because he gossiped so much? Why he still ain't respond to Let's Rap About It? He know he ain't nice for real. Go apologize to Banks, chump. You need him right now." All right, so that was the back and forth between them so far, but I want to take this conversation in a different direction and ask my audience, yo, why does Clarissa Shields get so much hate? All I see is a bunch of negative comments about how she looks, how she dresses, how she talks. I mean, this girl was violated when she was a child, right? Wasn't she hard? Drop down in the comments and let me know if I'm correct. Of course, there's some traumatic issues that are going to be on display with her mannerisms from time to time. And then I also see comments saying that they don't particularly care for Clarissa because she says stupid things. Well, there's a lot of celebrities that says stupid things all the time, but I feel like people pick and choose who they let slide with it. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, they were just clowning her. I believe a few days back, she took herself to Louis Vuitton and bought about 5 to 6 gifts for herself. And they were pointing out the fact that Papoose didn't get her a Christmas gift and that Papoose low-keyed spent Christmas with Remy and his daughter. All I saw was Papoose post a picture with his family and his daughter. I didn't see Remy. Remy could have been around somewhere, but I don't know. And then a lot of people are focusing on the fact that, you know, Papoose doesn't really want her and he's playing her. And if he is, let her find out the hard way. But God will deal with him if he is, because you always reap what you've sown. But anyway, let's move along, and I want to discuss this Tyler Perry situation. So we know that a guy by the name of Mario Rodriguez Jr. came out a week or so ago claiming that Tyler SA'd him and he was suing him for $77 million. And then Tyler provided receipts to TMZ, which were text messages that show that Tyler was actually helping him out financially, right? Because he had a bad tooth or something and he was down on his luck. Now, Mario has responded to those text messages and he claims that there's more overwhelming evidence that he has. You guys just need to sit back and chill. Check out this video and I'll be back.
Hey guys, first and foremost, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank every single one of you guys who came and reached out to me and messaged me and showed me love and support. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, seriously. It takes a lot of courage to move forward and put yourself out there like the way I did. But Tyler Perry knows what he did, man. He knows what he did. And the text messages that he released the other day, they prove that Perry was sending me money after Medea. The thing that you guys got to ask yourself is why? I'll give you guys more updates as soon as we get closer to the trial. The evidence that's going to come out is going to shock you guys. I want to thank you guys again. I appreciate all the love and support. And if you don't, I still appreciate it either way.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. He does have a valid question, like why was Tyler still sending him money? Now listen, we know that Tyler has put on display his heart of gold. He will help you out in a heartbeat, but you can pose the question, was Tyler still helping him out financially because he was trying to keep a bigger problem from brewing? But let's move along and talk about the serious situation dealing with Will Smith, because he's being sued by a violinist by the name of Brian King Joseph, who is accusing him of firing him after he reported harassment. Now, Joseph had been selected to go on tour with Will Smith, and that was around December of 2024. The pair spent a lot of time together getting to know one another. Now, the tour that they were on was to promote Will's recent album, which was called A True Story. And so fast forward to March 2025, they were performing in Vegas. Joseph says that he returned to his hotel room around 11 p.m. only to find someone that had unlawfully entered while he was gone. And he said, according to the hotel security, there were no signs of any forced entry, and only people who were a part of Will's team had access to his room. Now, Joseph goes on in great detail to describe what was in his room when he returned, and he said that there were wipes, a beer bottle, an earring, a red backpack, HIV medication with another person's name on it, hospital discharge paperwork from someone Joseph didn't know, and a note that said, "Brian, I'll be back later." Now, at this point, Brian is fearing for his life right now, right? And he feels like the person that is coming back is trying to come back to engage in some intimate, unwanted acts. And so he reported this to the hotel security. He also reported this to the police about an intrusion, but he's saying that Smith and his team blamed him for the ordeal, and they ended up terminating him. Now, Brian goes on to say that they didn't care about his safety at that particular point in time. And basically they said, you made up this lie. And so he was fired, another violinist was hired, and now he's suing for wrongful termination. Now, this has to be very, very heartbreaking and traumatizing if this is actually true on Brian's account. When you're telling the truth about something and you get blamed for telling your truth, you become the problem. But on the flip side of things, Brian could just be looking for a payday, and we have to hear from Will Smith too, because it may be a different, valid story that he will tell. But anyway, this is where this is at right now. We will pay attention to see where this goes. So let's move along and talk about Drake and Adin Ross being hit with a RICO at the beginning of the new year. Now, this is extremely crazy to me. Like, who did Drake piss off? Because he had a terrible year last year, having to defend himself against Kendrick Lamar and that machine, right? And now at the beginning of the year, you're involved in a RICO case with Adin Ross? I mean, damn, they're trying to take him out for real. Now, in my estimation, there was a lot of BS propaganda and politics behind the actual beef between Kendrick and Drake. That's just my personal opinion. But I think that Drake may have went too far when he sued UMG for defamation. He felt like the record company was pushing the single Not Like Us to defame his character, because we know the song alludes to Drake being a possible PDF file, right? But Drake didn't get anything from that lawsuit. They actually tossed it out. So I don't know why would UMG be behind it. I'm just thinking of every possible scenario in regards to why Drake is now faced with a RICO along with Adin, because this is crazy. But anyway, I want to play this clip and then I'll be back.
Yo! So if you haven't been paying attention, Steak, Drake, and Adin Ross have been hit with a federal RICO. The case alleges Drake and others used Steak's tipping feature to transfer money and artificially inflate Drake's music streaming numbers across distribution platforms. They're also saying it was to disparage competitors and music label executives, distort recommendation algorithms, and distribute financing for all the foregoing. In the lawsuit, they're also claiming that Drake's giveaway stream that he did last Christmas, titled Drizmas, was a time that he used to transfer like $100,000. Here is the lawsuit paperwork. Oh my God, federal? Hey man, do you think them Jew lawyers can save them? Wasn't it like 2 or 3 months ago when they were getting sued in Missouri for the whole Steak thing? Normally in the rap world, when you hear about a RICO, it's because of like a criminal organization doing heinous activity, not botting streams. Hey, what Meek Mill say? You might just get hit with that RICO. Other than that, though, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious.
All right, so we just heard that, and this is a very interesting lawsuit, I have to say. I mean, it's very puzzling, it's very odd, and something is fishy behind this lawsuit, but maybe, just maybe, Drake and Adin, they violated certain terms that equate to being charged with a federal RICO. And so we'll see if Drake and Adin will be able to shake themselves out of this mess. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and give me your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.
Tough News TV. We out.